What's it been with this year's team that's got you back in this spot again?
I think consistency on offense and defense. I think we was talking about the stats on the way over here. The offense is averaging a little over 44 points a game, which is tremendous. And the defense is right at 9 points a game. So I think that's been the main thing. We're back in this position this year.
What's been so good about your offense? What's making that offense go?
I think you start with the running backs, Devin Lawrence and Marquise Dunn, two great kids who've been at that position since their sophomore year. Yeah. And I think the biggest asset this year is Chris James, his growth as a quarterback. We're able to throw the ball and mix it up. And we're not just a run team, but we could throw the ball down the field as well.
How many years have you been head coach there now?
Since 2009.
Since 2009. So this program is built and built and built. How have you been able to build a program to get to this level of excellence?
I think one of the things that our staff, we don't change a whole lot. We obviously try to get better each year, but if it's working, why change it? And I think that's kind of how I've been as a coach, especially since I've become the head coach. And obviously the coaches before us had a lot of influence on what I'm doing now, so you definitely have to give a guy like Earl Smith, who really put us in this situation back in 2008 and 2007, have to give him some of the credit, and I just kind of extension from him.
Now you get one of those big bully Charlotte schools again, a team you're familiar with in Mallard Creek. What do you see with Mallard Creek that makes them so good?
Guys, the first thing that comes to my mind, they're big up front, especially on that defensive line. So I think those guys up front are going to be tough to contain, but I think that's going to be a key for us because, once again, we like to run the ball, and obviously I think that's going to be key for us as far as controlling the game, take our opportunities when they get there and try to hit them with a big play. But when you think about Mallard Creek, you're going to get phenomenal athletes and an aggressive team at that. So we're going to have to be ready to go.
You talk about the growth of greater Raleigh area football and 4AA football in the East. It's, Charlotte's had a lot of time winning those state championships, but you seem to kind of be impinging on their party there a little bit. Just talk about the eastern part of football a little bit.
I think, we're starting to get some respect. I mean, you still, the further west you go, the less respect we'll get. But I will say, I think that just the coaching in general, back especially in this area and back further east have gotten so much better. The off-season workout programs, the kids is not just doing football season, they're working year-round. So I think the kids are bigger, faster, stronger, and I think that's why the East have gotten a lot better.
Keys for you this Saturday to get another state championship?
Try not to change a whole lot. Try to build on the success you've had throughout the season, but I think we're going to have to be a ball control team without a lot of turnovers. We want to score low, and I think we'll be okay if we can do those two things.
You want the score low this week, huh?
I mean, for my defense.
For your defense, gotcha.
As far as my offense, I want my offense to continue putting up the numbers that they're putting up. But I'm a big defensive guy. Gotcha. I think if I could keep a strong offense low with putting points on the board, it definitely gives our offense an opportunity to win the game.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure you were upset about not being here last year. So just what's it like being back for you personally?
That's awesome. You come 3 years in a row and then you miss out last year, and you forget how good it is to be here. But it's definitely a pleasure to be here.
Did that kind of fuel your fire this last year?
Yeah, I mean, our goal at our school is always to win a state championship. So yeah, when you're used to it, and all of a sudden you don't reach your goal and you have to go home early and turn your pads in early, definitely lights a fire under you.
What's it been about this year's team that's been so good?
Just the heart of some players. We had a really young group coming in. We had 19 new starters, and we played the toughest schedule in the state. We have a bunch of teams that are still playing now that we played during the regular season, and it's just about the leadership of the kids, coaching staff working hard, taking one practice at a time, one game at a time.
The 11 years you've been there, how have you built that culture? It seems like you're ready to take on whoever. You want to take on the best. How have you built that culture there then?
Well, of course, we started in the building first. We built from the weight room out. We built a culture of winning and on and off the field. We accountability. These kids and coaches are held accountable. I'm held accountable. They know winning opens a lot of doors for a lot of these kids, and we take it serious. We take everything we do at Mallard Creek when it comes to our football program serious, on and off the field. And the kids bought in, the community's bought in, administration, coaches. So we're blessed to be where we're at.
taking on a Wake Forest team. What do you know about them? You know a little something about them. What do you
Yeah,
know
we
this year?
played them a couple of years back. I mean, they're a great football team. I mean, they won the state championship last year. They won so many games in a row. We know we got our work cut out for us. You know, you can't make mistakes. You got to play solid football. You got to tackle, block, catch, and that's what we plan on doing.
Number one thing you have to stop from Wake Forest?
They got a little bit of everything. Like I said, they've been scoring 50 points a game for a long time. So we got to just make sure we limit our mistakes. You know, you can't make mistakes in these big games, and you know, with short fields and different things like that. Mistake-free football usually puts our team in a good position, just like any other team. I mean, I don't know. It's people that probably don't play them. I mean, they're a good football team. They went against some good teams. I know, like when we played them, the 2 years we played them, we were pretty good. You know, I know the second year we played them, it was even. You know, we just made a couple more plays they did. But you know, the eastern part of the state is fine with me. You know, I think Wake Forest has a great program. Sometimes Page is over there. It's a very tough task, whoever you play in the state championship. So we know what it's going to be. They got a great team, so it's going to be a hell of a challenge.